It's like the same hustle, bro. Two knuckles flow. Tucked in the teeth, or just let the name buckle show.
So everybody in the chat.
Doom that nigga, detox with more liquor. Fuck around, take a bow now.
All right. It's your boy Young Lee Jr. here. Good morning to everyone. Now, I want to talk about this. So, because this is a person like me, I just got into the Bitcoin, and I know a little bit of information on it. And I have to say, it's been around since '08, the digital currency. Now, they projected this Bitcoin supposed to be actually a replacement of gold. Okay. Now, I told you guys, those of you guys who actually have the Cash App, you guys get the Cash App, right? You guys can actually, buy a little piece and own some Bitcoin. And at first, I ain't gonna lie, I did a lot of research. I was kind of, I won't say a lot, I did a little bit of research, but I was pretty much hesitant in investing in it when I heard about it in 2013. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this, man. Let me just kind of, to stay loose. I didn't even want to do stocks or anything. So as a beginning investor, I kind of discovered, I'm like, okay, well, I put in like $11 so far, right? I own about over 34,000 assets of it. And so, because they go by the penny anyway, so I was investing a little bit in a Bitcoin, and actually I made like a couple dollars from it. And I was like, okay, it's not bad. I don't want to put a whole bunch of money because I don't want to, start using it as leverage, and to the point that it can really break or, destroy your portfolio. But, let's go into detail here. I'm going to start sharing the screen, see what people all over the world is talking about this Bitcoin. All right. All right. So, all right here. All right. Wall Street Journal. Okay, so it says investors in one of Wall Street's wildest years on record by piling into everything from Bitcoin to emerging markets, raising expectations that a powerful economic comeback will fuel even more gains. So accelerated late in the year, sending the S&P 500 to its 33rd record 2020 last week. Early year collapsed abroad U.S. equity gauge. Global stocks and index of raw materials each rose at least 35% from the end of March through the end of the year. Only a third time in figures going back 5 decades that all of those investments have climbed so much in such a short time, according to Dow Jones market data. Both of the previous 9 months periods were in 2009, exiting the financial crisis. Okay. So over here, okay. After losing more than 1/3 of its value in about a month, government bond yields, which falls to price and rises. As you can see, okay, so this is the performance here from the S&P 500 earlier last year. Okay. And as you can see, like our peak, like here around March, that's when it started going up. The global stocks actually started going up as well. I want to say like during the summertime, but then it kind of made a dip towards like, November. But then it started rising because I actually made some type of gains from there too. I was just kind of amazed by it though. I was just like, man, this is something that we might need to, discuss. Like, what is really Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin something that we should go ahead and invest in? So let's see what it is, right? So it's a digital currency created in January 2009. It's a housing market during the housing market crash, right? A lot of people lost their homes and mortgages. It follows the ideas set out in a white paper by the mysterious pseudonymous Satoshi Nakamoto. The identity of a persons who created technology is still a mystery. Bitcoin offers the promise of lower transaction fees than traditional online payment mechanisms and is operated by a decentralized authority, unlike government issued currencies. There are no physical Bitcoins. Only balance is kept on a public ledger that everyone has transparent access to. The log of all Bitcoin transactions is verified by a massive amount of computing power. Yeah. Then I'm gonna play a video here. Bitcoins are not issued or backed by any banks or governments, which is the greatest thing about here too. It's not backed by any issue by government. So I don't know if you have to pay taxes on this if you make any type of gains or profit from it. But I think this is like maybe one of the brilliant idea that Dr. Boyce Watkins, he was actually talking about Bitcoin in a way. He's probably on live right now, and he was just stating like, okay, like it's over 34,000. I had someone on Facebook that I know was talking about it. You know, it's over 34,000. So, I mean, this is something that may be kind of cool. Let's see here. I'm gonna play this video for you guys. If it loads. I think may have some difficulty here. All right, it's not loading. It's not loading though. So Bitcoins are not issued or backed by any banks or governments. Okay, so fiat currency, Bitcoin is created, distributed, is traded, and is stored with the use of decentralized ledger system known as a blockchain. Okay, and I noticed that you have to create like a little online wallet. So with the blockchain, it can be thought of as a collection of blocks. Blocks is a collection of transactions. A collection of transactions is a digital currency. It's developed in 2009. Running the blockchain have the same list of blocks and transactions and can transparently see these new blocks being filled with new Bitcoin transactions. No one can cheat the system. Anyone, whether they run a Bitcoin node or not, can see these transactions occurring live. In order to achieve nefarious act, a bad actor would need to operate 51% of the computing power that makes up Bitcoin. Dang. Wow. I'm going to talk about how this works. Bitcoin is one of the first digital currencies to use peer-to-peer technology to facilitate instant payments. The independent individual and companies who own the governing computing power and participate in the Bitcoin network are comprised of nodes and miners. Miners or the people who process and transactions on the blockchains. Okay, or people who process the transactions on the blockchains are motivated by rewards, the release of new Bitcoin, the transaction fees paid in Bitcoin. These miners can be thought of as a decentralized authority enforcing the credibility of the Bitcoin network. New Bitcoins being released to the miners at a fixed but periodically declining rate, such that the total supply of Bitcoins approached 21 million. As of July 2020, there are roughly 3 million Bitcoins which have yet to be mined. In this way, Bitcoin and any cryptocurrency generated through a similar process operates differently from fiat currency and centralized banking systems. Currency is released at a rate matching the growth in goods in an attempt to maintain price stability, where a decentralized system like Bitcoin set the release rate ahead of time according to an algorithm. That is pretty cool. Bitcoin mining, a process by which Bitcoins are released into circulation. Generally, mining requires the solving of computationally difficult puzzles in order to discover a new block. So they're operated by new blockchains, list of transactions, and you have miners as well. Okay. The block reward was 50 new Bitcoins in 2009 and it's currently 12.5. On May 11th, 2020, the third halving occurred, bringing the reward for each block discovery down to 6.25 Bitcoins. A variety of hardware can be used to mine Bitcoin, but some yield higher rewards than others. Dang. That is so cool though. All right, so this is something that I kind of understand. Now, when Bitcoin is just 8 decimal points places, I'm sorry, 100 millionths of a one Bitcoin, and this is the smallest unit is referred to as Satoshi. Okay, if necessary and if the participating miners accept the change, Bitcoin could eventually be made divisible to even more decimal places. Okay. So it started at bitcoin.org, August 18, 2008. Today, at least this domain is WhoisGuard protected. Mining, meaning the identity of the person who registered is not a public information. So to Satoshi Nakamoto is pretty much just the founder of Bitcoin. Like I said, he was inspired and created this during the 2008 when we had that financial crisis. Okay, the recession was going on. It was really big. First Bitcoin was mined at block 0, known as the official blockchain. During this block, and it contains the text, the times 03 2009. Okay. Wow. All right. So I'm gonna read it. Receiving Bitcoins as payment. Bitcoins can be accepted as a means of payment for products sold or services provided. If you have a brick and a mortar store, just display a sign saying Bitcoin accepted here, and many of your customers may well take you up on it. The transactions can be handled with the requisite hardware, terminal, or wallet address through QR codes. Okay, through QR codes and touchscreen apps. An online business can easily accept Bitcoins by just adding this payment option to the others if offers credit cards or PayPal. Oh, okay. It's kind of simple. It's like online transaction, which is cool. I kind of like that. I mean, that's the new age where we're going right now. Just finding ways to, make money online. I remember my father always tell me, right? He used to say, like, always have your money working for you when you sleeping, when you're not working, like constantly make it work for you instead of working hard for it. I remember Bob Proctor, he was a self-development teacher. He used to say those things like that. One of the worst ways to make money is to work for it. Like it's only so many hours of the day you can work. So take some of that money and invest it and let it just work for you over time. I gotta finish reading that Robert Kiyosaki books, investment books, man. I know people not a big fan of it, but it's a well-known one. Kind of want to go ahead and really dive deep into it. Because you say you can be an investor, you could be a business owner, entrepreneur, or employee. It's one of those things, man. So that's cool. Like it's easy accessible. Like I said, the debit cards, credit cards, PayPal's. You can have QR codes as nodes. You can receive as Bitcoins as payment. Working for Bitcoins, those who are self-employed can get paid for a job in Bitcoins. That's interesting. So there are a number of ways to achieve this, such as creating an internet service and adding your Bitcoin wallet address to the site as form of payment. Right. Okay. Internet service and enter your wallet address. There are several websites, job boards which are dedicated to digital currency. You got a crypto grind. Okay, brings together workers, seekers, and prospective employers through its website. Coinality feature jobs, freelance, part-time, full-time that offer payment in Bitcoins. Dogecoin. I heard Dogecoin, Littlecoin. Let's see. This is a video. I think it's going to go into detail how to buy. Hopefully this play. If not, then just going to move on. Slow in the ad. Yeah, it's not playing for some reason. All right, let's talk about the risks here. Some of these videos ain't playing. Though Bitcoin was not designed as a normal equity investment, no shares have been issued. Some speculative investors were drawn to the digital money after it appreciated rapidly in May 2011 and again in November 2013. Thus, many people purchased Bitcoin for its investment value rather than as a medium of exchange. However, their lack of guaranteed value and digital nature means the purpose and use of Bitcoins carries several inherent risks. Many investors alert have been issued by the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. The concept of virtual currency is still novel in comparison to traditional investments. Bitcoin doesn't have much of a long-term track record or history or credibility to back it. With their increasing popularity, Bitcoins are becoming less experimental every day. Still, after 10 years, yeah, they like all digital currencies remain in a development phase and are consistently evolving. It's pretty much the highest risk. Yeah, it is. Highest return investment that you can possibly make, says Barry Silver, CEO of Digital Currency Group, which builds and invests in Bitcoins and blockchain companies. Your Bitcoins are rival, as to say, to government currency and may be used for black market transactions, money laundering, illegal activities, or tax evasion. Yeah, I mean, because it's not government backed. But that's the thing. I feel like it's more of a. So I'm still doing research. It's more something you can put a little bit of money in and get out. I mean, it's really they actually have jobs. I didn't know that you can get paid from just Bitcoin. Set up an internet service, and have their coin wallet address, and they can get paid. You can get paid under the table. It's like an online type of transactions, but I don't know. For example, in 2015, the New York State Department of Financial Services finalized regulations that will require companies to, with the buy, sell, transfer, or storage of bitcoins to record the identity of customers, have a compliance offer, and maintain capital reserves. The transactions worth $10,000 or more will have to be recorded and reported. Dang. Yeah, man. So that's what I'm saying. Do your research, man. Like saying, don't have to, I just want to kind of see what the hype is all about, man, with this whole Bitcoin, because we don't know how long this is going to last. Okay, it's up 34,000. I'm like, okay, but I mean, is this going to be throughout all year, 10 years from now? Who knows? Like, like the market always goes up and down, and I always kind of want to do my research on certain things like this. I kind of want to read this one paragraph here. I might have to, you know, go from there. I'm not gonna read everything. Most individuals who own and use Bitcoin have not required tokens through mining operations, where they buy and sell Bitcoin or other digital currencies or any of a number of popular online markets known as Bitcoin Exchange. Bitcoin Exchange are totally digital, with any virtual systems are at risk from hackers, malware, operational glitches. You gotta be careful. If the thief gains access to a Bitcoin's owner computer hard drive and steals his private encryption key, he could transfer the stolen Bitcoins to another account. Wow. Users can prevent this only if Bitcoins are stored on a computer which is not connected to the internet, or else by choosing to use a paper wallet, printing out the Bitcoin private keys and the addresses, and not keeping them on the computer at all. Hackers can also target Bitcoin exchanges, gaining access to thousands of accounts in digital wallets where Bitcoins are stored. Well, interesting. Let's say hire a pro. Yeah. Yeah, they use private keys, so you may use a paper wallet and don't have access to the internet. Yeah, you have hackers out there, so just be warned. But yeah, let's go and make this little real short video. Let's kind of want to discuss, though, at least have a general understanding here on this channel of like a Bitcoin. Should you invest in it? I'll say it's up to you. Do your research. I personally did, but I don't know. Let's just ride the wave, see how much it is, and it's just experimenting, man. If I take a loss, I take a loss, but at the same time, it's a learning experience, and sometimes you feel what you don't understand. So you can always go on Google, you can research this on investopedia.com, anything like that, man. Type it in on Google, they will actually give you a explanation what's going on, though. So hope you guys have a good morning. I might come out here a little bit more. Thanks for people that's watching, that's in the chat. I have one person watching. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, man, that's all I really have to say. Go in, you guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Love you guys. Tell me what you guys think. If you guys invested in Bitcoin before, you know somebody who did, just let me know, and maybe we can have a discussion, and maybe offer some tips or anything what to do as you starting off as a beginning investor, man. I purposely say research anything, start with stocks, stock market. You got little marijuana stocks, you got little things like that, that you can invest into, Ameritrade, little things like that. So you don't really have to have a whole bunch of money to do it. They made it like very easy for the general public to go ahead and invest and going to get into investment. So investing is I guess it's extremely important thing, man. As you can see, 2020 kind of taught us that that jobs are not forever. They can be very scarce at times. So no matter how many years you work there, if the company is suffering, they can feel like they look at you as another number, unless you own it. But that's a whole totally different story. But yeah, man, that's all I really have to say. Love you guys. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and I'm out. Deuces.